Sometimes back, we have a particular coach called Gano Raw. He was here with us with our team Super Eagles. Afterwards, he was sacked by the NFF or relieved of his job. Right now, he took NFF to FIFA, and now FIFA actually ordered that NFF should settle him with 157 million within 45 days. Well, failure to do this, we'll see the results as we continue the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Well, we have to just look at some sporting stories for this hour. Joining me to talk sport is Olawale Peters. Good to have you.
Yeah, good evening, Adeni.
I saw you smiling.
Yes, when it has to do with Gennett Roy, when it has to do with NFF, when it has to do with an Eden contract, when it has to do with failed promises, when it has to do with doing the wrong thing, when you know how to do the right thing. It is laughable. Sincerely, it is laughable. And I don't know, we are the one that we are paying for this. That's the truth. Now, the 157 million, that has to be paid within 45 days. I think there's a clause that if you fail to pay, something will happen. But I didn't think you mentioned that they're going.
We have it. We actually
we have that one also. So
that particular FIFA verdict is there. We'll roll it.
So I think that verdict is what you should be looking at.
Okay, maybe let's have that particular statement from FIFA that if Nigeria did not, that if full payment, including all applicable interest, is not made within 45 days of notification of this decision, the respondent, the NFF, that's Nigerian Football Federation, shall be imposed a restriction on receiving a percentage of development funding up until the due amounts are paid. You see now, development funding that's supposed to be for Nigeria will now be converted.
Now, that is why I said we should look at the other clause. To me, if the NFF, they are waiting on the federal government to make this payment, I'm appealing
that the federal government should not pay.
On behalf of Nigeria, that the federal government should not make this payment to NFF to pay Gennett Roy. Let the FIFA withdraw the money at source.
Yes.
And pay him, because the development fund that have been coming to this country to develop grassroots
football. What
have they done with it? Nothing. I'm sure a lot of people will be hearing that there's a development fund that comes from FIFA to each nation on yearly basis.
What are we doing with it?
They collect from left, right, center, and everything. We see nothing. I think the federal government should please, for the first time, do the right thing to correct the wrong thing in NFL by not paying that money that they are owing. If NFL, I'm sure if they have the money in their coffin by now, they will have paid. So that means they don't have the money. So let FIFA do what? Deduct that money at source and pay it to Gennett Roy. That is my own appeal.
And the most painful thing is the fact that, yes, they can deduct this money that is meant for development fund. But the most painful thing that I said is, this fund is actually meant to develop the young ones that are coming from the grassroots level so that they can go into football. And then somebody somewhere deem fate not to do the right thing. Only God knows how they did the contract with Gano Raw, and now it's backfiring on them, and they just have to, until the matter got worse to the extent Gano Raw took them to FIFA and all that. Now, looking at when the marriage was still very interesting, when the marriage was very smooth and sweet,
when they're having their
when the honeymoon was sweet between NFF and Gano Raw, nobody knew that all this issue of this, that would be, let's use the Nigeria PG, basketballs will happen. Now, look at it.
The truth is, for every contract of employment, there's always a clause for severance payments, benefits. That's the truth.
It was actually the money for $1 million or thereabout before it was reduced to this.
So that clause is always there. It is international practice. You cannot just wake up today and say, I don't want your services again. There are procedure, there are process that you need to follow. Even in this country, we have it in line with the labor law. Go to industrial court. You see a lot of this issue pending there. And the case is very, very, very simple. You can't employ someone and just wake up one day and say that, oh, I don't want you again. No, it's not done that way. You have to follow the due process. You can ask him to go like we asked Gennett Roy to go. But what about the condition which was stated that before you ask him to go on your own will, you have to fulfill this. You did not fulfill it, I would think that it will just go like that. No, it won't go like that. It is wrong. In fact, this is even painting the country in bad image to outsiders. If anybody wants to come to the country to take up, if not the likes of Pesero that they are kind of job hunting, if you have what it takes, you believe
You
in
won't-
yourself,
you won't actually
you
accept the
come
job.
to this country and accept the job, knowing fully what they did to your predecessor. That, oh, these people, they asked him to go, they didn't fulfill the promises, they didn't pay him what they ought to have paid him. He has to drag the matter, take it up to fever. So that means this is not a place I can come and work. That's the truth. Then number two, the terms of contract, they didn't make it known openly to anybody.
Everything is always
It's
shrouded
always
in
more like
secrecy.
They are just doing it as if they are doing us a favor. Sincerely, you see this current crop of NFF that we have now, we don't know the damage they've done